Hi there, this is Doris from the Palo Alto City Library. Today, let's try making some paper. We're going to start off with paper that we don't want anymore. I have 4 sheets, 2 blue and 2 green. So I'm going to rip up all the green into one container, and then we're going to also rip up the blue in another container. Oh, and this time I'm using scissors because my fingers got tired. Okay, once you have your containers, we're going to pour water over the scraps of paper. And you just want to make sure that you have enough water to submerge all the papers. We're going to let this soak for about 15 to 20 minutes. And you should be able to break up the paper really easily. For this next part, we're just going to use a blender to make a pulp out of the papers, and you want a consistency like oatmeal. So next I'm just adding in some wildflower seeds to make this paper plantable. You're welcome to add in dried flowers or herbs and leaves. Now we're ready to set up our draining system. I'm placing a pan underneath this splatter screen. You can also use a window screen or anything that allows water to drain through. To make this earth-inspired, I'm using a round cookie cutter. If you don't have a cookie cutter at home, you can easily shape this with just your hands. And we're just going to add the pulp alternating between the blues and greens for the oceans and the continents. And as I go, I'm just going to press that into the screen, and some of that water will get drained out. And you just want to smush everything together and use a sponge to push out that excess water. So I'm just repeating this process again, and if your sponge gets too saturated with water, feel free to squeeze some of that water out before pressing on the paper. Okay, let's try a heart because we love our planet Earth. I'm just going to freehand this. Oh, it got stuck on my hand. But no worries, you just smush everything back together, and I'm using the sponge to help me. And voila! So now our papers are ready to be transferred for the drying process. I have laid out this mat here, and I'm going to flip over my screen and pat these papers onto that surface. Keep in mind there's going to be a lot of water released from these papers as they're drying, so you might want to use a waterproof surface like I did, or line your surface with paper towels so that they can absorb the moisture. I'm using the sponge to pat out some more of the water and a paper towel as well to remove more moisture. Now we're going to take them outside and let them dry. And here's how our paper turned out. We hope you have fun, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.